Welcome to episode 1 of the prop trading reviews with myself, Michael Noss from statsedtrading.com. In this series, I'm going to take prop firm challenges. I'm going to try to pass. If I don't, as long as I gather enough information to try to give you guys some pros and cons about the company, along with answering what I think is the most important question. Does this company actually want you to trade with them, or are they looking to just make the challenge fees? Today we're going to talk about TopStep. You can see right here, I passed their $150,000, their highest amount challenge in a handful of days or a week. Got a little bit lucky on that one, but I have passed, and then I've been playing with them for a little bit now. So I'm going to go over some pros and some cons, answer that question, and give you my summary of this firm. Now, there will be links in the description below, and there will be links in the blog post for this that will be affiliate links. So if at the end of this you're very interested and you want to give TopStep a try, you want to click on those links. That will cut some commission to the channel. I just want to be fully upfront about that. TopStep has no idea who I am. They have no idea I'm doing this review. So obviously they have no input on what I'm going to say. But for me, it's very important that I just get that out of the way up front. If you are interested, again, use the link in the description below. One of the main benefits of TopStep, I found they've been around since 2012. My notes are right here if you see me look over there. They've been around since 2012, which is a long time. And that I like to see that. It doesn't mean that new firms are necessarily bad, but firms that have been around for a long time and stood the test of time with, anything that's existed through 2020 is very interesting to me, because it means they have at least some risk management in place as a firm. And if there was a lot of problems with payouts, I would have heard about it in my research into this company. Another pro is that they are trading futures and not CFDs. So they are a day trading only futures firm. Now, you can trade overnight. If you are in a position, you will be auto liquidated on that position at 10 after 4 Eastern, but at 6 Eastern, you can just re-enter it if you'd like. So for me, that was actually one thing that I do like. Futures has way more overnight trading than equities, so I could do things like at night if I have the time. I've took a few trades on the Nikkei and things like that, which I'll go over. I like the fact that other than that hour or so at night, I can enter and exit trades whenever I want. So there was a lot of me looking at longer term charts, like hourly charts. I will go over how I'm passing these in future videos, but we'll just ignore that for now. But anyone who knows me knows that I'm not a great day trader. I'm not a great intraday trader. I'm okay swing trader. So I was able to look at hourly charts, set stop limits and bracket orders around certain areas that I thought were interesting, and then walk away and get notified on my phone when trades occurred. So I really like that even though they are a day trading firm, there are lots of hours to look at. I really wish there was swing trading, but we'll get into that in the cons as well. A lot of futures to trade. They seem to have the whole CME library, which is great. A great choice of platforms. For me, I prioritize mobility because I want to be able to trade and look at charts wherever I am. They seem to have a budding community with a Discord that's very, very active, and they live stream every day. I'm just looking down now. They have 3,500 viewers to their live stream. So a fairly big live stream. Hey, maybe they'll see this review and they'll invite me on. We'll have a conversation. That'd be great. But with active traders and serious traders, it does seem like they're trying to build a relationship in there. The payment process was very seamless. There was nothing to do, just a credit card. I think they used Stripe. It looked like they used Stripe in the back end, but I just put in my credit card, and that all seemed above board and fine. And then the price was great. So I spent $150 on this account, which is a $150,000 account. When I passed, I had to pay an additional $150 to activate that account. Now, one thing that was interesting is that $150 to activate the account is regardless of what account size you have. So they have a $50,000, I believe $100,000 and $150,000 account. But at the end of that, you're paying that $150 to activate your account anyway. So just be mindful of that. Also, when you pass, in order to get paid out, there are certain milestones that seem to be the same regardless of the size of your account. So the first milestone, I believe, is 5 days over $200, which is to make sure that people aren't YOLOing large amounts of money and then accepting payouts. They want consistent traders. So just be wary. I believe that is regardless of the account. So if you can afford it, I would recommend getting the bigger account, right? So some cons right off the bat, the no swing trading I put there. For me, I would love to just be able to set out orders and check on them daily or so. I am a longer term trader. That is something that I would like, but I understand there's probably more risk and harder to manage risk if you're allowing people to hold positions in that overnight hours. One major complaint that I have is that P&L trailing stops are a thing. So essentially, challenge was broken out like this. You had to make 9K before you lost 4.5K initially. Now, as you make money in the account, that trailing stop rises as well. For me, that's a bit of an issue because I just like when I have a bunch of money in that account of realized gains, I want those to hold. So I want to be able to play with the house's money, for lack of better terms, as long as I keep that money in there. So that I'm going to put as a con. I don't like the trailing stop. I kind of get why they do it, but just be very, very cognizant that when you're trading with them, that if you had a great day yesterday and a horrible day the next day or this current day, you are actually worse off, right? So it's to push people into consistency. I understand that. For me, I'm just not a huge fan of that. The other one was a time limit, and now again, it's very inexpensive, right? It's $150 a month. So if it takes you 2 to 3 months, that's fine. But it's just something that sits in the back of my head. Even though you can see I passed really, really quickly, I just don't, I like the ones so far better that are opening you up to whatever it is you want to do, and you can take as long as you want. Again, that's I think more the swing trader in me than anything else. But just note there is a time limit. The other thing is that the payout structure I would really research before you get in there. It doesn't look like it's dishonest or anything. It's all laid up front. It's just a little bit tricky. So I would just make sure. Now, the other and the last major con I see is that when you go live, I actually blew up, full disclosure, one account that I took live because of this. It caps the amount of contracts you can trade. I believe right off the bat it's 3 contracts, which is fine, but there are what they call mini futures, which the e-mini, for example, is $50 a point. You're either going to make on one contract. You're either going to make $50, you're going to lose $50 a point on a single contract. Now there's micros, and micros are 1/10 of these contracts. So if you take one micro, now you're risking $5 a point. So for me, what I would really like is if it's going to max me out at 3 contracts. And again, I guess why when you go live, they don't want you, YOLOing your whole $150 into a trade in order to get a big payout and potentially blow up. But I wish they differentiated between these micro and these mini contracts because I would like to really customize my risk based off of whether or not I took these, right? So being capped at 3 micro contracts, again, I'm not a fan of. I would like to be able to take 5 or maybe 8 or maybe 3, depending on my risk on that individual trade. Again, it's an annoyance. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And that grows over time as you get profitability. But, for me, again, I would like that to just be changed a little bit. Just going through my notes over here now. They do have a daily stop out, which I totally agree with. I know some people find tight risk management annoying, but A, you're trading someone else's money. And B, I believe in the long run for the trader, especially new traders, it's good. And I even for seasoned traders, it's good. It means if you ever go on tilt, if you ever do something that's really, really dumb, you miscalculate your size or something, the system will stop you out. You'll have to take a break and you can come back tomorrow. Again, this is to me, a lot of people would put this in the con section. I put this as a heavy, heavy pro, having a risk manager to make sure you don't do anything crazy. Now, the question is, and I'm just going through again, there'll be a blog post. Make sure you go to statsedtrading.com. If you're seeing this somewhere else, you can read the entire blog post there. The conclusion I just want to put is that I do believe that TopStep is looking for actual traders to build a trading firm. There's a lot of hoops between passing the combine and getting to that real trading firm. But from everything I've seen online, I believe that this is the case. I can always be wrong, but it doesn't, there's nothing here that senses to me that they just want to take your money and move on. So if you're interested in being a futures trader, if you're interested in trying TopStep, again, use the link in the description below. I hope this video helps, curtail your purchasing decision. Some brief tips on trading with TopStep. The main thing I would focus on is that trailing loss and understanding that futures are a little bit different. We're going to talk about equity firms. We're going to talk about CFD firms in the future. Equity firms and CFD firms, the risk calculation is really, really easy compared to futures. Each futures contract has a different value per tick. So I would heavily focus on which one you're looking to do and make sure you understand roughly what the P&L for each stop loss and profit target would be, and make sure that is well within your rules. And again, understand that that stop loss is trailing behind your gains. So even if you are up really good, you need to remain disciplined and make sure you don't swing for the fences. Thanks for watching this video. Please comment. Let me know what you think of this series. Would you like me to do more of them? Is there any questions you would like me to answer about this firm? Again, in the description below. Thank you guys very much. Have a good day.